Shalom. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were the forefathers of the Israelite tribes. The Israelites were also known as Hebrews. Jacob was renamed Israel. The Israelites went down to Egypt, and in Egypt they were enslaved. The Almighty delivered them from Egypt. They were led by Moses and came out of Egypt and moved through the wilderness. They came to the land of Canaan and they conquered it, led by Joshua. Joshua, the student of Moses, and Joshua led the Israelites in conquering the land of Canaan and dividing it amongst the 12 tribes. 12 tribes were Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. The tribe of Joseph was divided into 2 tribes, Ephraim and Manasseh. This actually makes 13 tribes, but only 12 are counted at any one time, so that the principle of 12 tribes remains. As we said, Moses had been the deliverer of Israel, and had given it, and through Moses the Israelites had received the Torah. Moses was from the tribe of Levi. After Moses came Joshua, who was from the tribe of Ephraim. Then came a period of judges, inspired charismatic leaders from different tribes who appeared when they were urgently needed, and they followed one after another, more or less. After that, there came Samuel, the last of the judges, who appointed Saul as king over Israel. Saul was from the tribe of Benjamin. Following King Saul, Shaul in Hebrew. Saul was from the tribe of Benjamin. After him came King David from Judah. Then came King Solomon, the son of David. King Solomon built the temple in Jerusalem. And after Solomon came King Rehoboam. In the time of Rehoboam, the northern 10 tribes, that is, the northern 10 tribes broke away. They seceded and they created their own kingdom. Their first king was Jeroboam, Yeravam in Hebrew. Jeroboam, Yeravam, the son of Nebat, from the tribe of Ephraim. And they created their own kingdom of 10 tribes. These northern 10 tribes were Reuben, Simeon, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, and Joseph. The tribes that remained comprised the kingdom of Judah, and they were the tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and represented minorities from the other tribes. So you had 2 separate entities, Judah and the 10 tribes. The first king of the 10 tribes was Jeroboam, as we said. He was followed by Nadab, followed by Baasha, followed by Elah, then Zimri, then Omri, then King Ahab and Queen Jezebel. And in their time, the prophet Elisha appeared. Elisha was a Kohen from the tribe of Levi, and his residence was in Gilead, east of the Jordan, and the territory of Manasseh, half tribe of Manasseh, east of the Jordan River. The prophet Malachi tells us there will be Elijah, the prophet who will announce the arrival of Mashiach, the son of David. Elisha had been taken up to heaven in a chariot. And Malachi tells us in Malachi 3:22, keep in remembrance the teaching of Moses, my servant. Keep in remembrance the teaching of Moses, my servant, the laws and ordinances which I commanded him. HOREB. HOREB is another name for Mount Sinai, where the law was given, which I commanded him in HOREB for all Israel. I will send you Elijah, in Hebrew, Eliyahu, the prophet, before the coming of the great and awesome day of the Lord, that he may turn the heart of the fathers back through the children, and the heart of the children back through their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with utter destruction. In other words, the heart of the fathers must turn back through the children, the heart of the children back through their fathers. They must identify a heart with the other. This has been understood by some in the USA to indicate the need for recognition of the lost 10 tribes amongst Western peoples, including those in the USA, including those in Britain, including those in the British Commonwealth, that is Australia, New Zealand, those in South Africa, those in Canada, and their related peoples in Ireland and Northern Ireland, and in France. France is important. The Netherlands, Belgium, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Finland. That is where the lost 10 tribes are to be found. They are not necessarily all descendants of Israel, but a significant portion of them are. That is where they mainly are. That is where they gave expression to the Israelite identity in some way or other, and where we may identify them. And they need to know who they are and have this known. Turn the heart of the fathers back through the children, the heart of the children back through the fathers. And there are some in the USA who understand this to mean that there's a need for recognition and acknowledgement of Israelite ancestry, of those who are descended from the tribes of Israel. How they will know this is not certain, but they can study the sources and be conscious of this possibility. That is the beginning. That is what we are trying to do, to promote this consciousness. This is a beginning and it needs to be done. Thank you, may the Lord God of Israel bless you.